Hi, my name is Hani Bushra. I'm an immigration attorney in Huntington Beach, California, and this is a video about the recent ruling in Gomez versus Wolf, which is the case that dealt with the bans that President Trump put on people traveling into the United States and immigrating into the United States, and specifically regarding people who won the DV lottery for 2020. This is just a very short video on an anticipation of questions that might come up for people. The decision was issued yesterday, Friday, around I think 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. at night. The decision is about 85 pages. We have a link for the decision in the description of the video. And this is a case that is consolidated with different cases. So it's not only one case, there's a number of cases involved in here. And they involve people who were affected by the travel ban by the Trump administration. So it involves people who are immigrating through a petition from a green card holder, through a petition from their brothers and siblings who are U.S. citizens. It involves parents of U.S. citizens. It involves people who are not even immigrating, who are taking a non-immigrant visa and coming to the United States with visas to work like H-1B or L-1 visas. But it also involved the DV lottery, and this is where the focus of the decision came out yesterday. So the court ruled in something called a preliminary injunction. Preliminary injunction is basically the court saying, listen, I think if we can have a complete hearing on this case, you might be winning your case, okay? But because if we wait until we finish our case or the complete hearing on this case, you might get to have some kind of an injury or damage happen to you that cannot be reversed, irreversible. I'm going to give you a relief right now. I'm going to give you something to do right now that can help you until we finish your case. And so the preliminary injunction specifically deals with DV lottery winners who are 2020. Okay, it's not with people who are applying for a family petition through their green card. Like if you're a green card holder who's trying to petition your spouse or somebody or your children under 21, this does not apply to you. The decision of the court does not apply for you. Okay, now one of the things that let me just give you some of the key points in the ruling, and then let's talk about some of the scenarios that we're seeing and some of the questions that we're seeing. One of the things that the judge did in this ruling is that he did not address the specific travel bans that were placed. He did not say that the president has an authority, or he did not even address that question. He completely avoided that question. He said, okay, fine. There's a travel ban that says you cannot travel into the United States until December 30th. That's fine. But what he said is that the travel ban is not equal to not issuing a visa. And so he said issuing the visa is a separate issue from the travel ban, and there should be no reason for why the State Department is not issuing a visa. You cannot use the fact that you cannot travel as an excuse for not issuing the visa. And the idea is that if you have the visa by the time, okay, September 30th rolls around, which is the deadline for DV Lottery 2020, okay, you'll be able to say, I have a visa, I want to travel. So when the travel ban is lifted, even if it's expired, you still have some kind of an argument saying, I have a visa, I want to be able to travel with it, okay? Now, he also ordered that all DVs or all diversity visas, okay, to be processed in good faith by the State Department. Meaning that he said, listen, you cannot come and say this is, okay, not an emergency. You cannot come and say this is something called mission critical. Mission critical is this term that the State Department came up with, that the embassies are going to focus only on what's important for that mission or that embassy. In Department of State speak, the word mission is used to describe things like the embassy or what the embassy is doing in a certain country. So the judge said you cannot come and say, oh, you know what, DV 2020 is not a mission critical issue, and so we're not going to process them. Judge said, you have to process these visas in good faith. You have to show me that that you're going to process them in good faith. And he set a deadline. He said, by September 25th, which is about 20 days from now, if you come back to me and you don't show me that there is no good faith, he might take certain additional actions, okay? So, by September 25th, okay, we are going back before the judge to show the judge whether the government has acted on his order or not. One of the things that were clearly addressed by the judge in this decision is that he is not extending the September 30th deadline. So he's not saying that there is the deadline for processing of the visas, diversity lottery visas, which is the September 30th, 2020. He did not extend that. But he said That does not mean I'm not going to revisit this issue later on. And that's why he's waiting for the September 25th to hear and to see if the Department of State has taken actions or positive actions to process these visas or not. Now, some of the common questions that I'm getting regarding this issue and how they can be solved. Number one is for people who were issued a visa and it was expired. And I want to tell you, you are on the top of the pyramid. You are in the best situation. You have the easiest, I think, task. And if that is you, good luck. First of all, congratulations. Okay. But second of all, you need to email the embassy immediately with a copy of the decision, which is in the link, which is linked in the description of the video. You need to email them immediately and let them know that you have a visa, it was expired, and you want it to be reissued. Now, why do visas expire? Visas expire because there's an expiration date. How is the expiration date determined? It's determined based on the medical report. So when you go do a medical exam and you took when you did it and you took it to the embassy, the medical report had a 4-month expiration date from the date you did the actual exam. Okay, and that's when the visa expires. Okay, now the posts or the embassies, again, this is language for the Department of State, the word post. The posts have been instructed to renew medical exams month by month. So they cannot use the fact that the medical exam has expired, okay, for you not to issue you a new visa if your visa has expired or not to extend your visa. So number one category is the people with an expired visa. Like I said, go ahead and send them an email to the embassy, okay, and let them know that you are asking them politely in a good way, okay, to reissue the visa for you because you are covered by the ruling. Now, this brings me to the next question, okay? The next question is, the ruling, does it cover everybody who has DV 2020? Or does it cover only the people who are named in the ruling? Because there's about 200 names ruled in the ruling. And it's very clear that the ruling covers every single person who has a DV 2020. So do not let anybody, including some consular officers, email you back and say, you're not covered. You are covered by this. That's number two. Number three, what if the embassy is closed? My embassy is closed. I don't know if the embassy is processing. They say on their website they're closed. Send the email, okay? Yes, embassies, quote unquote, unclosed, but they're still processing. There's people in there. They're doing things. Send the email so we can prove that you tried your best to get your visa within the time that the judge has given you the chance to do that. You cannot sit on your hands and not do anything. Send the email. Keep a copy of it. And if they come back and say, we're closed, we're not going to issue a visa, we're going to use that in September 25th to show that there was delays by the embassy in not issuing you the visa. Now, what if you're somebody who was interviewed and no decision was issued? Again, send an email to the embassy in a polite way. I would email every single day, guys, okay? In a polite way with the link, telling them, you know what, please, please, please process my visa. I'd like it to be issued. The judge has instructed that they should be done in an expeditious way, in a quick way. Okay, there should not be delays, unreasonable delays for something like that. Please process my visa. What if you had an interview and you're in something called administrative processing? Again, email and tell them, why am I in administrative processing? Has it been resolved? Are you taking action? Because the judge has asked that said that I have a right to get my visa issued to me, okay, in an expeditious and in a good faith way to show me that you are working on it in a good faith way, okay? What if your priority number is too high? The visa number is too high. There's no priority number, guys. Everybody's current right now. You can go ahead and apply and get your visa and get it, even if you have a high number. A lot of people have already given up on this process and did not collect paperwork or did not submit it or have completely given up or are not following up on it on videos. So please go ahead and not worry about your priority number. Now, if you had already finished your paperwork and you uploaded it to the Kentucky Consular Center, but you got an email that said, you know what, because of Corona and because of the ban, we're not going to send your documents to the embassy. Here's what you need to do. You need to email the Kentucky Service Center or Kentucky Consular Center and tell them that you are covered by the ruling by the judge. Give them a copy, a link, send them the link of the judge of the decision, and that you're covered by it, and you're requesting that they immediately send your paperwork to the embassy. And I want you to also email the embassy and let them know that the KCC had your documents ready and everything was ready, but they did not send it because of the ban. Okay, I want both of these people or these entities to know that you're working with them. Keep copies of the emails. They might be used for your favor later on. Okay, if you have not finished your paperwork processing with the KCC, what are you waiting for? Go for it. Go ahead. Go for it. Even if it's little time, go for it. Show that you're trying your best, because like I said, if we go back September 25th and say this person did not finish his paperwork with the KCC because he was under the impression that the ban covered, or he was told by other news outlets and other resources, government resources and stuff like that, that he is covered by that ban, okay, the judge might say, you know what, fine, we'll extend the visa for you or something like that. But go ahead and do your due diligence. The title of this video is Get Ready to Get Your Visa. It's not to travel, but it's just a first step, okay, to go ahead and get your visa, okay? Like we said, no embassy is really closed. They have people working there. They have councils there who are processing certain kind of visas, priority visas or mission critical visas, okay? Please email them. Do not sit on your case. 2 tips that are very important here that I want you to keep in mind. Number 1, okay? If you have not done your medical exam, do a new medical exam. If you can get a new medical exam, even if you had one before, do a new medical exam. Keep it with you, okay? Because if the excuse comes back that you need a new medical exam, send it to them. And like I said, the medical exam is valid for 4 months. And if you count 4 months from now, that puts us in January, okay? Which puts us beyond the ban that President Trump has right now. Okay, which expires I think 30th of December or 31st of December 2020. So get a new medical exam. Number 2, create a paper trail. Paper trail is a proof that you've tried your best. Create it. PDF for your emails. Keep copies of your emails. That way, if you end up not getting the visa and somehow the judge wants to see if he can extend the deadline for September 30th, we have enough people to show them that they were hurt by the actions of the embassy, and that's why they could not finish their paperwork in the time they were supposed to finish their paperwork. Final point. Getting the visa is not equal to you traveling, okay, to the United States, okay? Meaning, there is still a ban on you traveling, okay? The ban has not been struck down by the court. The court did not address the ban. The ban is till December. So you're gonna get the visa and just keep it until the ban is lifted or somehow struck down by a different court or something like that. But get the visa, because that's your first step to making sure that you don't lose your chance under the DV 2020. I hope that I was able to answer some of the common questions with this video. I'm very thankful for the lawyers who worked on the Gomez versus Wolf. They did an excellent job. They worked really hard on it, and we're blessed that we're all in this fight together, and I'm wishing you the best. And I hope that one day, okay, I hear great stories that come out of this ruling. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.